BlackFolkHotspots.com. What's up, y'all? CEO, BlackFolkHotspots.com. Welcome to episode 2, right? Yesterday, we briefly touched on how Black Folk Hotspots works for your business, right? We also talked about some of the pros and the cons and some of the things that we hear and things like that when we know that Black Folk Hotspots works, right? We don't just, when you submit an event or you submit a blog or video or a flyer, we just don't approve, just like so many of these other sites, right? Just approve. It's just not instantaneous like a Facebook post or Google Plus post or Instagram or, you already have that on your blog site or your website or your Facebook or your Twitter or your Facebook page or your Instagram or your LinkedIn. You already have that instantaneous. It should already be out, right? Black Folk Hotspots, we pride ourselves on taking our time, sort of like the doctor's office, right? You seen a sign on the doctor's office said, we will spend as much time with you as we spent with the person before. We take our time, we get things out, to where we're going to fix it up for SEO and this, that, and the other, because our main goal is traffic, right? The more traffic that our site gets, the more traffic that your blog, your video, your flyer, your photos and your events and your profiles get. And that's our goal, to build the network up for you. Now, there's so many, so we hear these things from time to time. You got impatient people. And you know what? Years ago, I would just be like, delete. I ain't got time for you. Now it's like, hey, you know what? Let me try to do something. Let's this. But there's 2,000 plus other people. That little $10 or $15 you're paying us a month don't push you to the top, right? On any given day, we may have 10, 15 events. We may have, 30, 40, 50 photos. We may have, 30, 40, 50 blog posts that we have to go through, and we make sure we scrub and make sure everything's right. We make sure your spelling is correct. There's images, things like that. Those are the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, right? And we go through that with every single blog post. That's one of our goals. That's what we do. That's what we've been doing, since forever, because that's our strong point. As my strong point as an SEO guy, as a content guy, as an internet marketer, that's my strong point. I'm not going to put out garbage out there. Garbage in, garbage out, or garbage out, garbage in. That's what we get. We don't approve everybody that creates a profile. We scan their Instagrams and their Facebooks and their Google Pluses and their LinkedIns and their, around the internet, their Twitters. We want to make sure that these people are quality type people. Right. So to get approved, that's just something that we do. So to get approved, it's like a 12, 16 step process. And we want to make sure that you're a Black owned business owner. You'd be amazed at how many people, number one, are mad because they can't get in and, because they're white. And we're racist. No, I don't think that we are, or bigots. No. We created, that's our niche, right? Helping Black business owners. It's no different if our niche was just helping car dealers, or our niche was, just helping wedding event planners, or our niche was just selling wedding flowers or get off the couch flowers, right? Or our niche was just selling Black shirts. And speaking of that, support Black business t-shirts. They're available. Again, you can go to our website at bfhsnetwork.com and you can get them. bfhsnetwork.com/support Black business. And there you'll be able to get your t-shirt. We do pre-orders, right? So and you can pre-order it. T-shirts $20, hoodies $35. It's not a lot of profit, but we use that profit to keep the cost down with Black Folk Hotspots, and also we use the profits to sponsor other Black business events and things like that, so we get our name out even further. And that's what we use the money for. right? We also use the money for, traveling to events and things like that. Um, so and other worthy causes. Our main charity, we like the Boys and the Girls Clubs. We help out with Little League. So there's times when Little League organizations can't. Uh, they need bats, so they need gloves for the kids and things like that. So that's what we do, right? Excuse me one second. That's what we do. We try to help out. Anyway, um, today, I just wanted to talk about. I get this question all the time: how can I get my business on Fast Track? And honestly, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good one, right? And all the time is, in a minute, they say I've been posting to Facebook, or I've been posting to Twitter, and I've been posting to Instagram, and I've been posting, to LinkedIn, and doing YouTube videos, and um and you know the social media stuff, the five main ones, right? And my first thing that I do is I go look at them, right? That's the very first thing that I do. I go look at them because I want to see what is it that you're actually posting. And let me back up. I'm new to this hangout thing, and I said I'm gonna start doing it. And the one thing that I need to figure out is how do we get our people inside of the chat so they can pop onto the broadcast if they want to shout out their business. That's one of the main goals. And honestly, I can't figure it out. So let me try this. Ooh, that may work. I think that works. Hopefully that works. If it don't work, then I'm not the smartest person in the world with things. So nope, that's not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want. Nope, 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 nope. We'll see how that works. I think now might be able to pop on. I think. I'm trying to. I think. So if you're on video, and you don't have to, the one thing I do know, I'm not the brightest person in the world, but one thing I do know is you don't have to show your face video wise. You can have your logo or whatever your image is on Google Plus that you use. But I think I opened it up to where people can pop in and out because I want them to be able to showcase. I want them to be able to showcase their business. That's one thing I want to do. So, no, I want to take a photo. Nope, I don't want to view a photo. Where is it? We're gonna figure this out, right? This is the thing with trial and error. And let me see it. What the hell? Oh. I think I just sent some invitations out and then my phone rang. So I'm gonna, see what I got here. Ah, there's one. What's up, State of the Black Parent?
Hey.
What's happening?
Oh, doing a lot of organizing. Like I can't add nothing new in until I get a lot of stuff organized.
See, this is what we want to do. Now, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Can since we have you live right now, and one of the things I want to do is we want to do these videos, talk about some things, some issues, how Black Folk Hotspots, can help your business. But more importantly, we want to introduce your business to our audience, because obviously, these are going to be recorded to YouTube for us to share and put into our cycle too. So tell us, your name, where your business is based out of, and what it is that you're doing. What's your business?
I am Shawness Richardson, and the business is based primarily, it's been through various transitions, but the focus is on the New York City area, and it's an event that's going to be in New York for September this year. And last year we had a pre-kickoff last year, and Professor Carl Tone Jones was there, and he's also my client. I host a radio show on Mondays, and I speak on various headline topics and current events. There's cross-referencing between education, economics, and enterprise of the Keep Line Bloodline. That's on Mondays on the Initiative Network. And the number is 914-803-4571 at 7 p.m. East Coast time. And so primarily State of the Black Parent is a novice, layman, and kind of informal resource and referral hub. So it's definitely about building up a network, definitely having the information and communicating with parents of matters that affect our children and matters that affect the community, even for the elderly, those that don't have children. Everybody's job and something in their life affects your children. I mean, even for those in the possible decade, you don't wait till you become a parent and in 9 months think that you're going to have it ready.
Right, exactly. And and which is what, it's funny you say that, because there's something that, especially with events and things like that, I always tell our members, they'll post the event that's tomorrow, and I'm like, you started planning this event, especially if it's big like what you're trying to do. You started planning this event 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years prior.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to throw no shade to my high school graduating class 25 years ago. Our 25th year reunion is 25th year of graduating. Our reunion is this year, right?
Yeah.
And they just now starting to plan for the reunion this summer.
Life just requires so much that it requires so much, and then you have so many people that want to make promises that they can't even, that they can, or they really don't go serious to meet up to deadlines, and that's something that we have to do in our community, is meet up to deadlines.
That's exactly my thing. I'm like, we should have been doing this, and I have been on our class president and other people. I'm like, let's get together. And I said, you know what? And here's what I proposed, and which is, with technology and things like that. I said, well, let's do a web chat. Let's do Google Hangout. We could, and one of the things is, 25 years ago, we graduated. We were high school seniors, and I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, people have moved away from the area. So, but they still want to participate in the planning. They still want to participate. They still have resources in the area and different things. We can do one big web chat and we can get things done. And people don't, especially now with, 25 years, that puts us in the, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 even, age bracket, which means that we have, most of us have kids. Most of us have jobs, right? Which means that, it's so much easier if I can hop on the internet right now, do this chat, and talk to all the people that's involved. But anyway, I like what you're doing. Matter of fact, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the other day you were on a radio program, and and I was on there, but I was having the worst freaking cell phone service day of history. Do you know the show I'm talking about?
Oh gosh, was it Diamonds Radio or my own show?
It wasn't your show, I don't think, but you called in, I believe. I think the guy was out of New York, maybe. And you know, cool brother, we were talking about the Dame Dash deal and a couple other things. I couldn't finish my thought because I got disconnected, but it was it was pretty brutal. I was like, man, and I was mad because every time I looked up at my phone, the call had dropped. So I had been talking to myself for like the last 3-4 minutes.
That was my show.
Wasn't that your show?
I think. What time was it in day?
I think it was like 7.
7 on a Monday.
Was it Monday? What's today? Thursday? It could have been. Because what's the name of the show?
State of the Black Parent.
No, that wasn't it. It was a male host.
A male host. Oh gosh, was it Professor Carl?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that was Friday.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't think it was Monday. I don't think it was just a couple of days ago. Yeah, and I heard you call in or whatever, and I was, you know, and when you said, I was like, I know her. I know who she is.
Yes, that's my client, Professor Carl.
I said, you know what? I said, and this is what I try to tell people. I said, the degree of separation in this networking is so it's so small. It's much smaller than we think. You know, we think it's so large, and that's actually one of the reasons why I created Black Folk Hotspots. Number one, it came to me in a dream. Number one, but number two was because, you know, it's so much noise and there's so much space out there, and I want to be able to help more Black business owners, and I want to be able to share their businesses and share their events. But it's so much stuff going on. So say if it's Facebook, you know, events or Twitter and this and that, there's so much stuff, right? It's impossible to keep track of all that. And so bringing it all into Black Folk Hotspots with the people who, you know, prefer to create profiles, it allows me to be able to get that information out and put it into a rotation. And, you know, because we got it down to a science. But what I want to know is, you talked about this event that you have in New York. Because you're in like Arkansas or Louisiana?
No, I'm from Louisiana. I'm here on the East Coast in New England.
Okay, so you do, because I was wondering about that. I was like, I thought she was from like the South, but she do all her events in New York, which is cool. But so tell us again, when is that event? When is it again, and how can people, you know, where do they need to go to purchase tickets or get more information?
They can go to Eventbrite to purchase tickets. They put in State of the Black Parent. Our logo will be there, or be the logo of our promotional family that we had on last year with the newborn twins. And they can also, it's $10 for a limited time with children included. So that's for a limited time. So we definitely, that'll help us reserve the space, because you know you have fire codes and so forth like that. So now it's a great time so that we can definitely make arrangements now, you know, because you always have to go by who's registered to plan for your event. But they can definitely contact me at area code 225-395-1792.
Okay, good to know. And how can they find you on like Twitter or are you, because I know you're on Twitter, which I know you know that's one of your hangouts.
I'm on Twitter, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Google Plus. They can find me under the hashtag STATE, STATEBP, and the hashtag BP Now for the engagement. The direct Twitter handle is STE_Black Parent. And also the Pinterest is STE Black Parent, and we're on Google Plus at SOT BP Conference, and we're also on the YouTube channel. And they can also catch me on Mondays at 7 p.m. State of the Black Parent, Blog Talk Radio.
Awesome. So y'all hear that? Trying to get all of us together, and that's another thing too, that a lot of times, you know, we have those issues where we have where it's so many of us trying to do the right things.
Yeah.
And one of the main things is, I'm like, why don't, when you see somebody doing something, you know, I know people are like, oh, that's a better way to do it. And it may be. You may have a better idea, you know, but a lot of times if we start to link up and partner, like if people would link up and partner with what you're doing, because I can think of 4 or 5 people right off the top of my head right now that are all about, you know, black kids, you know, that's their stilo. That's what they're trying to do. They're about, you know, getting the black family and the parents and the kids together. And you know, do you find that are people coming trying to connect with you as far as to help you build your thing out?
It's a give and take. It's a give and take. You have people, you know, to speak on the positive, I have a lot of people, you know, we know we have a million problems. You know, we just have to face that shattered mirror. And so it's really no competition. So the person that really has that mindset or are willing to go forth with that's welcoming. And then you may have those that really want to keep things very commercial. So then, you know, that's deciding whether you want to go with that or not. Then you have those that, you know, they have other focuses as to working with you. So it's a give and take of the good and the positive, the good and the bad. So you have to focus on what positively going to work for you. And you have to be aware of the negative, because you may be naive or play it down when it can really be serious highlights. So, you know, my main thing of who I'm networking with and the people that I'm really want to reach out to, you know, I can't save everyone. That's why I say it's no competition. So everybody get your audience. And matter of fact, it's a one-day event. Well, actually, it's a weekend event, because the other day we're going to be in a parade under the other organizations in New York City Parade. So, you know, there's plenty of other days, plenty of other events for everybody to do what they're going to do. So it's no need for competition. And then, you know, with me being, you know, where I'm from, you know, coming from the South and the whole interest and, you know, the stigma, you know, the backdoor, you know, what is known as. People may not say it out on the mainstream news every day or out in public, but just behind the scenes, what you know you have to deal with being from the South, being from especially Louisiana. So definitely, I want to definitely connect with those that have what you call fabric bag. That's why I call it fabric bagging. They have, you know, they move, you know, to definitely get a different, you know, get the life that they really want to meet up with. And, you know, it becomes something that you have to go in the essay about of what you want to do, of your choices and so forth like that. But definitely I believe in everyone being happy and doing what is going to meet their production and mission of life.
Right. You know, it's funny because the reason why I asked that question is because, you know, we're not quote unquote a black business directory yet. We're still building on that, and that's something that's going to be launching soon. Then we got something that's going to be launching. I want to do some things for as far as the kids and entrepreneurship, because I believe that it, you know, if we start them out early, then, you know, we could show them different ways, you know, and that came from a talk I did, a presentation I did with the local, you know, I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I did a talk with the local impact office, which is like the welfare, food stamps, and things like that. And I was invited in because one of the ladies wanted to discuss other options that, you know, the recipients of these benefits, because they get so stuck and they feel like that's the only way out, or, you know, they got these kids and they don't have a babysitter, so they don't necessarily go and or they can't, the hours of these jobs or whatever are not conducive
Yes,
to
yes.
child care and the whole nine. And it's funny because I talked to them about because I don't personally care, but I was trying to give them the heads up that you know if I don't care if you like watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, you can create that. You can create a business out of that.
Yeah.
If you like watching Love and Hip Hop, you can create a business out of that. And even with the kids, I remember when I was 19 years old, I was cutting grass, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, okay, I got to cut my own grass, I got to cut my grandparents' grass. Let me see if the neighbor next door while I'm doing this needs their grass cut. And I would just ask them. They'd be like, yeah, cool. And after so many times, I didn't even have to go ask. I just went and
Hello? The sound is off.
he had the whole entire and I had my whole entire.
The call breaking up.
Physical exercise is the way to get your mouth moving. All you need to do is follow my lead. When I say mouth,
Hi, is the program still on? It's breaking up on you. Let me try to log back in again.
main goal is traffic, right? The more traffic that our site gets, the more traffic that your blog, your video, your flyer, your photos,